All right, we are live, and welcome everybody to the We Believe Team Hangout. And we want to thank you for joining us. We're pretty excited tonight because the iPass system is actually up and running. And what we're going to do is talk a little bit tonight about the things that you need to do just to get yourself set up. Just some of the general things, and all of the things that will help put you in a position so that when it really goes live and we can actually sign people up into the system on Monday, you'll be all set, ready. You'll have gone through the setup and really be ready to hit the ground running with this, because from what we're seeing and the things that we've had a chance to go through, in the little bit of time that we've had our hands on it, they've got some great training, some great resources. They really stepped up and put together a system that's going to make what we're doing that much simpler. So, for anybody who's been a little bit challenged on getting people started, getting them through the system, getting them set up, and really having them understand what it takes and what they need to do to be able to really get their business up and running, this is going to take a lot of the things that people have maybe struggled with or had some issues with in the past, and just make it simple and make it something that's going to be almost a franchise-like system, and that's what they were talking about, and they do refer to that in the videos. But Chris Jones is a pretty bright guy. He's taken the time to really carefully lay out a system, and we now have our hands on it. It's certainly been a long time in coming. The old iPass, they were talking about revamping it from the beginning of the year. With all the changes that went on and the different things with compliance and what have you, they've finally gotten everything in place. And we're going to be able to take what it is that they've done, and I expect all of us to have a real strong end of the year. And what we're going to talk about a little bit tonight is maybe how we can best get results using that system. So tonight I've got both Brian and Debbie with me. So you know what, Debbie, I'll go ladies first tonight. So I know you were spending a little bit of time setting up your iPass today, and just want to get your impression of what you've seen so far.
Okay. Well, thank you, and hello, everybody. And I'm getting feedback. Is anybody else?
Oh, it could be me. Let me mute.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. So this afternoon, I set up the my iPass trial account and went through all of the videos that they have as far as training, and I went as far as setting up the system, and then something froze, and I don't know if it's on my end or their end, but we were getting ready to come on the Hangout, so I'll get back to that later. But one of the things that really got to me was that they really took the time to lay out this whole industry, what it takes to be successful, what not to do, because sometimes I think you learn more from what not to do than always learning what to do. And it really gave a good core information, and slowly but surely introduced, the products, the Profit Maximizer, the Empower Network products, and then they trained on them. And in the past, we've had people that come to Empower Network, and they're given an option in the beginning, a $25 blog, not a big deal, it's a $25 sale, and then in the most recent months, they're encountered with a 7-day countdown where you can get a special price for a limited amount of time on all of the Empower products. And I think this will really help weed out the people who are not serious, because how much time have we spent with people who aren't really serious and really have no idea what to do? And so I believe that the people coming through this that have this education, and I bet that they're, depending on their level, they can go back and watch it over and over and over again to really get this. So they have a full 7 days to really look at that. And I believe that those that go forward will really be a much more committed rep with Empower. And so that's what really impressed me. There was a couple things throughout there that, I just said, these guys are genius. They've really put together a system. And when you look at, like, the top systems for, top marketers, this rivals that. And it's going to be a way to, the only thing that we have to do, it literally is systematized it. And I'll tell a story a little bit later on about why this really is so impressive. Really, all we have to do is bring people to the system and let the system work. So how about you, Brian? Because I know you went through it as well this afternoon.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Debbie, and again, everybody, welcome. Thank you for being here. Yeah, it's been I feel like I've been sitting in front of this computer now for about 8.5 hours, which is about what I've been doing. Just trying to dig through it so that way I can give you guys a little training and a little background on how the system's been working for me so far, and some little shortcuts that you might be able to take to get your system set up. A couple of things I've noticed that I really like is there's actually, usually, like especially in Empower, we had one income stream. Maybe two if you were pumping your team into Aweber and you were getting your link to work correctly, but really we were kind of tapped out at that. What this is actually is going to be 4 separate income streams in one system. Okay, so how that's going to work is we are actually going to have iPass 2 you're going to be able to monetize and make commissions on. Residual commissions. We have Empower Network, of course, we're going to be able to sell and have commissions, make commissions on. We're going to have GetResponse is our autoresponder system you're going to be able to make commissions on. And then also they have Mike Dillard, who's a leader in the industry, has a tax service called Elevation Tax Group. And they specialize in helping online marketers with their tax stuff. So we actually have that you'll be able to sign up for. And if somebody signs up for that product, I think it's $500 and it pays a $250 commission. So it's actually going to be 4 separate income streams in the one system. So that's what's got me the most excited, because now we can monetize our business from all different angles without ripping our hair out, because the whole system is going to really kind of direct people through this. So that's what I got, and I'm actually going to do a screen share here in a little bit. Let me pass it back to Scott for a little bit, and then maybe Scott and Debbie can elaborate a little more, and then I'll pop on the screen share.
Hey, Scott, can I say something first?
Sure, go right ahead.
And I have background. I just wanted to elaborate on something that Brian said about the income streams. And in the iPass system, he talked about the Elevation Group that Mike Dillard put together. And I want to just say a little bit more about that. I know the backstory about that. And it's not just about taxes. Is what happens is that, as an entrepreneur and you start making money, how many times have you seen, people that make a lot of money and blow it or live past their means, and so they have nothing to show for what they've done? And Mike Dillard set out on a trek to find out about financial education, and what is it that people who are truly rich and have their wealth and hold on to it, what do they do differently? And so that's what started him, and he ended up putting together the Elevation Group. And it's not just about taxes. I mean, it is, that's part of it, and keeping your money and investing and all these different aspects that go together with really being financially sound. And so I was really surprised that that was in here, but I have a feeling that they were probably students of Mike Dillard's, and going through his Elevation Group, and iPass, I have a feeling, was born from that. So that's all I've got. Go ahead, Scott.
I was muted, so I have to unmute. Hopefully you're not getting feedback here. And thank you for that, Debbie. And one of the things, actually, I'm not quite sure how the Elevation thing integrates into this. If you have to, get a membership or whatever it is. Once again, this is all so new to us that we're kind of fumbling around in the dark and feeling our way through it together, and that's a good thing. And that's one of the nice things about being in the team here. We have Professor Brian figuring out and leading the way, and going through the nuts and bolts of it, and finding those little nooks and crannies and corners that you may not find on the surface. Luckily enough, he's got a great talent of being able to get in these things and figure them out, and really going through the things that aren't quite as clear on first look. And from him leading the way, we certainly have a great resource that he shares with all of us, and we're really lucky to have him doing that for us. But let's just step back here a little bit and say, okay, what's going to be different? How are things in your business going to be impacted by the iPass 2 system? And I think that's something that we need to talk about. And what the iPass 2 system is going to do, and the reason that we're so excited about it is because it's going to put people in a position where they really understand what the products are, what the business model is, and what they need to do to be able to put themselves in a place where they can make money, so that they can actually get an understanding and appreciate the value of the products, the positioning, and all the things that really will put them in a place to take their business seriously. Because a lot of times what happens is we're getting people to get started in the business, and they don't really realize what the business model is. And then we're asking them to buy a product, and they don't really quite understand how the product, the compensation plan, the value in the product, and all these little pieces that are out there go together. In other words, it's almost like when people get started in this business, we're speaking a whole foreign language that they've never necessarily been exposed to before. So we start throwing terminology around like autoresponders and funnels and traffic and all these other things, and a lot of times people just don't have an idea of what we're talking about. And because we've been doing this for so long, or we've been talking this way, we just kind of have this assumption that everybody understands this. But the reality is they don't. A lot of times they're this is their first exposure to doing something online, or learning how to market, or doing something that's completely different than what they've done in the past. And because of that, a lot of people just don't quite get their head around what the whole business model is and why they need to do the things they need to do. So what this whole system is going to do is pre-frame. It's going to explain, that you have to have some kind of a value proposition, or something that, some product that's going to, put you in a position to be able to make an income. And they're going to really explain and lay out the entire business model. Okay, so with that, what we expect to happen here is that there's going to be the ability for more people to take business seriously, to understand what they need to do to actually put themselves in profit. Because too often we get somebody that signs up at the $25 level, and they go with the attitude of, well, if I start to make some money, I'll invest more. And the reality is that's just no way to really grow a business. You're putting your toe in the water, and you're just hoping that something happens. And when you play small like that, generally you get a small result. So the way to really take this business and really get results is to take it seriously, to position yourself, and know why you're positioning yourself. And I think all of that is going to be explained to people. And one of the things that I really want to recommend is get yourself to the black position, have coaches help you with your business, because now what you're doing is you're working your business as a franchise. And I know that's something that Debbie touched on earlier, but what you're really going to have here is a system that's going to put you in a position where really all you need to do is market. And even with that, it's going to go back to a place where what I've done a lot of up until this point, and a lot of my results have come from really buying traffic and having that, come to me. Now, there's certain types of traffic, certain things that I'm doing and that I've learned. But, for the person that's a beginner, they're going to have the availability of leads. Now, one thing that's nice about our team here is if you're up at the, and I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, but I believe it's at the 15K level, we have the we have a special discount on Powered Clicks, and Powered Clicks is going to be one of the preferred vendors for this whole iPass 2 system. And what does that mean? It means that we've gone out and we've cut a special deal to undercut the pricing that the Prosperity team is charging for the leads that they're reselling to their team. So what they're doing is they're taking those same leads, they're marking, and I don't know that this is all of the leads that they offer, but it's probably one of the vendors. But they're making a little bit of a profit on it, and that's, listen, they're entitled to it. They're they're doing marketing, they're doing things that are really, there to help the cause. And, if they're making a little bit off of it, it's not like they're getting rich here, but, maybe it'll help offset, some of the expenses of the business. But we went out and we had a meeting with the people that are with Powered Clicks, and they had said to us, okay, we could set this up and we could put a commission on top of it and all these other things. And we sat with them and we said, we don't want to make money off of the people in our team. We want to see everybody on our team have the best opportunity to get the best results. So what we did is we cut a special deal. They took all the commissions out of it, and it's really, this is the lowest price clicks that Powered Clicks will give. Now, the other thing is Brian's running a co-op, and there's, a lead source there as well that has converted and gotten, results. And we don't even know how well they're going to do with the new system. In other words, anything that we've had with what we've had with the funnels that we've had in the past without the pre-framing and things, it's going to be that much better with this new system because, the whole process is going to be changed around a little bit. So the lead is, instead of going to a lead capture page, they're going to be going to a sales page, and from their research, they've found that that's going to be a much better conversion rate. So, one of the things that I'm really excited about is, better return on investment. So now, as you're buying leads, if that's what you choose to do, which I would suggest, you're going to see your conversions go up and your return on investment should be greater. Now, we don't have real hard statistics because, we're all going in this together, but from what we're hearing and the ways that they've done the research, they've been testing this, and this is what they're telling us. So, I tend to believe that they've certainly had enough time to tweak and play with and come up with, different ways of being more efficient, and, I think that they've probably, really nailed down the best ways for us to get the results. So, that's going to be something that's going to be different. So now you can, stand back a little bit and figure out whatever marketing strategy it is that you want to take on, because now you're going to have the ability to drive some paid traffic to the system. If you are a black level, you're going to have coaches literally walk people through the system, introduce them to what it is that they need to do. Even though the system's set up to take people step by step by step, having a coach really puts you in a place where you can, remove yourself from some of the busy work in the beginning, which, is making a connection. And, I'm not telling you to not connect with people as they get into the business, but you want to defer to the coaches if you're at the black level. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, the black level is being all in, and then you're going to spend $97 a month to have a coach do, train as many people that come through your system and sign up as you have come into your business. So, that's something that I really recommend. And by the way, if you're not a black level, all is not lost. They actually have trainings and scripts and things that you can do to just use their system, use their scheduling, use all the tools that they've got to make yourself available at the times that you want to be doing and connecting with people. And you can take that part of the system and just use that and use, what their recommended coaching is, and use the same system. So, you're either going to have the coaches doing it for you, or you're going to have the ability to do the coaching yourself. And, the other thing that I do want to stress is, don't think that, like we're all going to disappear and we're just going to sit back and let this whole system go on autopilot. What you're still going to need to do, and it's important, and it's going to be something that's really going to help everybody in their business, is use the team. Use the team site, use the Hangouts, use the resources that we have here, because now you're taking what's in iPass and you're putting a personal, a high-touch, personal connection, and that's going to really serve you well, because it's going to, put us all in a position to grow together. And one thing I've got to say, I have to compliment everyone on the team. We've been doing a great job of welcoming new people. And I'm seeing, it's great when we see 10 and 12, different comments and welcomes and things like that. That really does help with what, people feel and how connected they are to the team. So, that's the other thing. And one more little housekeeping part of this. The one thing that we're going to need to set up is you're going to need a GetResponse account. And that's a GetResponse email, just like your Aweber account.
Got it. I'm actually going to do all that, so don't go too, because I want to kind of do a screen share with that to give them an idea.
Well, that's fine. I just wanted to put that out there. That's one of the changes. They decided with the iPass system that they were going to only go with one email provider. Aweber, we've all had this love-hate relationship with. You know, it certainly has some good features. It has some stuff that can make you talk to yourself, and as I've spent more time in there, I certainly have gotten pretty good with it. But it won't be that big of a transition to go over to GetResponse, and there's a lot more features in there. It's just more of an updated system. So, I'm going to turn it over to you, Brian, but, those are the few things to know about the system, and realize that you don't need to be a master at it the very first day. All you really need to do is just do some of the basic things. You've got till Monday to really have your system up and running, and just get in there and play with it and enjoy it and really go through the process, learn what the system is going to do for you, and then you're going to be able to really understand what the people are going to be going through as they get started using that system. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Brian. I know you've got some training here, and I appreciate all you do.
Sure, and I'm going to pop on my screen here, share in a second. There's been some chat in the chat roll here. So you guys understand, the coach is paid for by the sponsor. So, for an example, when I bring a new member in, I'm paying for the coaching for my team. So when a new member joins me, they're going to get a business coach that's going to help them for as long as I am active, from now to the end of time. Even if they become black level themselves, they're still going to have access to the coach because I'm paying for the coach. So if you're, in Debbie's team or Scott's team or my team, you have the coach available to you because we pay for it. Now, if you aren't black level, the people that are on your team will not have a business coach assigned to them. You will be the business coach. And actually, when I'm going through the back office here in a second, you'll see how that exactly works. So, and let me pop on my screen share here, and I'm actually going to go through some of this stuff really quick. So you'll probably want to come back and watch the replay to get the full understanding. Maybe watch it again. So let me go ahead and pop on my screen share here. I'm assuming you can see it now, right, Scott? Okay, cool. I know we can.
I'm muted. I unmuted. Yes, Brian, we can see it.
Okay, so actually what I'm going to start off with is Scott was talking about the GetResponse system. Okay, so here's the GetResponse system. And what you'll want to do is you'll want to get with your sponsor to get their affiliate link. And if you're not connected with our team, then feel free to hit me up. I'm actually going to use my affiliate account. I set up one. It's actually a We Believe team account, and that money is going to go towards trying to get our website upgraded so we have better materials for everybody in member section. So with GetResponse, basically they have a system that's basically a mixture of lead pages and Aweber. All right, so here's your back office of GetResponse. Now I just want to show you this real quick. So for an example, we all had a normal Aweber account. As you can see, my list is down to almost nothing in my Aweber. So what I've been doing is, okay, so now here's my Aweber. I've been going to my subscribers, okay, and all I'm doing is I'm creating a field. So I'll sit there and say, okay, well, let me take everybody. So in this drop-down box, there was added, date before, and I'll put yesterday. So today's the 4th, I'll put the 3rd. And then I'll search. Okay, so now this is going to take all these people and put them into a separate list, 1,806 people. All right, so if you have I don't know how many subscribers you each have, but let's say you have a few hundred subscribers. All you can do is you're going to save this segment. So I'll call this added before 9/3. Save. All right, so now I have this list segmented. So now I can just come down here, hit export CSV. All right, and it's going to save it as a file. So now it's okay. So I'm going to save it. So now I've saved the file. So I'm just going to go to my file here. I'm going to open it up, and it's got this funky number. So I'm just going to go to the containing file, and I'm going to call. I've been calling my list GetResponse. So I'll just rename this. Sorry, when I got all this stuff going, it goes pretty slow. So I'll rename this Aweber 6 or list 6. Okay, so now I have all my leads that's been added since before yesterday in a list. So now I can go into my GetResponse, go to contacts, import contacts, Okay, and then I'm just going to upload a file. Okay, browse. I'll pick that file, which was Aweber list 6. Open. Import contacts. And it takes about 7 to 12 hours or so before they do it. And I'm not going to do it because I'm actually have most of those people already going. And then you just simply click next step, and boom. After about 7 to 12 hours or so, they'll be imported for you. All
Brian,
right.
let me just add one quick thing, just so everybody understands. One nice thing about the integrating between Aweber and GetResponse, and for those of you who understand this, is you don't have to have your people re-opt in. They'll actually honor the opt-in that they had from being in.
Yeah, I'm going to go through all that.
Aweber. Okay, I just want to let you know that.
Yeah, I'm going to go through all that. Okay, so anyway, guys, what you'll want to do is you'll actually have a default list. So like this was my default list. One of the things you'll do when you set up your lists is you're going to want to click this little cogwheel here. Okay? And make sure that you turn off under permissions. Right there. This is your confirmed opt-in stuff, these 3 boxes. You want to make sure these 3 boxes are unchecked. This is anyone that puts in their email would have to double opt-in. Anyone that puts if you use one of the web forms would need a double opt-in. And then if you import somebody, you'd need a double opt-in if any of these are checked. So you want to hit the cogwheel, go to permissions, and make sure on your lists all these are unchecked. Okay? So that's the GetResponse system. So if you have, let's say, 1,000 leads in your Aweber, it's very simple to transfer them over to GetResponse. Okay? So now I'm going to actually go into the iPass system. Okay. So when you start at iPass and somebody joins, they're going to come into here, and as you can see, because Scott is my sponsor, I actually have Mark Cosio as my business coach, and I can send him an instant message or I can schedule an appointment. So let's see when Mark's available. So all these green lines is when he's available next Thursday or let's say Thursday today. So let's see when he's available tomorrow. So tomorrow he's available from 8:30. You know what I mean? I can block off a half an hour segments, so I can, you know, choose this date. Point in the subject, I can say setting up my account. Put in my phone number and then save appointment. And what will happen is he'll call me at my appointment. Or let's say I wanted to do it a little later, I can do it. And this is all based on my time, not like Eastern or anything else. It's my time. And when he gets it, he's actually going to get it in his time. Okay, so that's how you would schedule an appointment. So if you are a black member, any of your prospects, they're going to come in here. And they're going to start here at the success formula. And then they're going to go, once they finish that, they're going to go to the system. So basically the success formula is just an introduction to the system. And they'll go to the system where it's actually telling them a little bit more about the system, how the system works, what the upsells are for, and why they need it. Okay? So it's going to go through the value of what they need, how you can start making over $2,000 per sale, and really sell value to people. Then they're going to be talking about traffic. Okay? How and why you want traffic. Hold on one second. Let me let my dog out.
I just want to clarify something as Brian walked away there for a minute. Everybody is going to have availability of a coach from the very beginning, and that's part of the whole point of the trial. So whenever somebody comes into this, they opt in, they sign up for the free trial or the $7 trial, the $1 trial, whatever it is, they will have a coach available to them, which is great because that will help them get through the system, answer questions, and give that personal touch.
Are you sure about that? Because I know I had a member that's not all in, and he had a member sign up, and it wasn't there.
Well, that's what they said on one of the trainings, and so
I mean, we'll have to just see on that.
We'll confirm on that. Okay.
Yeah, we'll check into it and confirm a little more. But I know I have a member that's not all in, and he had somebody sign up, and they weren't able to access it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So then you have your products. So now it's talking about the reason for traffic. Okay. And then it talks about your products, what product there are, why you want to have them, what's the value of them. All right. And then it'll walk you through your getting started. Okay. So you know, hey, this is what you're going to want to do now. Okay, so once they finish these 5 videos, now they're going to be able to start setting up their actual system. So they finish these 5 videos, now they're going to be able to access their system. Let me, come on. Okay, so anyway, they're going to end up in this tab here. It's the setup wizard. And of course, it's probably going to start running slow on me because I got a junk bunch of stuff running. So we'll just give that a half a second. So now they're going to enter the setup wizard. And this now, they're going to watch a series of videos that's just going to walk them through setting up their iPass system. So the first thing they're going to have to do is walk through, set up their Empower Network stuff. The next thing they're going to do is set up their autoresponder, their Get Response. Then they're going to set up their email lists, so get all their email lists and everything set up and ready to roll. One of the cool things is you're going to have a leads list and a buyers list, all right? And because this is synced together with your Get Response, the system, iPass 2, is able to send broadcasts and emails out for you automatically. So, for an example, instead of having an autoresponder series, you'll have people assigned that says, okay, well, we're going to send out to all the leads in the entire system for everybody. We're going to send out an email today talking about why they need to join iPass. So let's say, for an example, at one of the contests, the cash contests come up. They're going to have your buyers list and your leads list. So your leads, they're going to say, hey, look, you know, iPass 2, we're getting ready to launch this awesome contest. You need to get started with us so you can qualify to start earning cash prizes, or we're going to be giving away iPads and iPods and, you know, really cool stuff. So get started. Click this link to get started. And then your members, when somebody goes from a lead to a member, they will automatically transfer from your members or your leads list to your buyers lists or your members list. And now they'll be able to send your members different emails saying, hey, you know, as a member of iPass 2, we got this cool contest going on. Make sure that you're doing this, that, and the other thing so you can go out there and win these cool prizes. All right? And then, of course, because iPass 2 is monetized, you'll have your own e-wallet system with iPass 2. So when somebody does buy your iPass 2 system from you, you'll have your own e-wallet. Works just like Empower Network, where you'll get paid the following Friday. Funds become active on Wednesday, and then it'll pay you the following Friday. The Elevation Group is the next thing, setting up your account with Elevation Group. Again, it's a free business consultation for the affiliate account. I was able to sign up for it. Didn't cost me anything. And then, of course, you have your coaching. Okay, so here's your coaching, where you can activate your coaching if you're a black member. If not, you can do your own coaching. Now, I want to show you this. All right, so if you want to be your own coach, or you don't have the black, you can put in your name, you can put in your location. So hold on, let me pause this. So my location would be like Virginia, Stanton, Virginia. Your Gravatar email is so there's a picture and then a personal video of who you are. As you can see, I filled in my stuff with my bio. And then now you can schedule when you are available. So I can say, okay, tomorrow, Friday, I'm available from 8 till noon to 1. I'm going to take lunch, and then I'm available from 1 to 3. So even though if I didn't have coaches, I can schedule myself when I'm available for my teammates to schedule an appointment with me. Okay, so now anyone on my team, if they click that, hey, set up a coach, set up with my coach, set an appointment with my coach, they're setting it up with me. I'll get a notification saying, hey, just so you know, Paul John wants to wants an appointment. You're going to contact him at this time about this subject at this phone number. So now I can have my own availability set up as a business coach if I didn't have the coaching available. So now I can set a schedule of when I'm available to talk to my new people. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and save this. Okay, so that's how, if you don't have the coaches, you are able to start scheduling your things, and it's actually going to, that way it's almost like a scheduler for you. And then, of course, if you use the coaches, it's $97 a month, and then you simply would just activate it and turn it on. Okay, and then we have our black card, which again is the elite membership, where you can order it, and then, of course, if you are a black member, now I can monetize my Get Response and my Elevation Group. I'm not sure if you're not a black member, if you have the ability to do this or not. I'm not 100% sure. You might not. I don't know for a fact. Another cool feature is this. So for an example, Mark Cochio is my coach. If I wanted to chat with him, I could sit there and just say, hey, you know, I know these coaches are busy, so I don't want to bother them. But anyone on my team that's online, so like let's say Ken McCall came on, he would be here, and I can initiate a chat with him and just say, hey, Ken, what's going on? Anything I can help you with? So your new members, as they come in, you'll actually see when they're online, so you can initiate a chat and just say, hey, you know, I'm your sponsor, just wanted to touch base with you, let you know what's, you know, see how you're doing, what can I do to help you? So that's the setup that they'll go through to set up their system, okay? Now you'll have your dashboard. In your dashboard, you have, this is where you'll access your marketing stuff, your training stuff, your community, your support. Here's your calendar. So if somebody did set up an appointment with me tomorrow, it would show up in here, okay? Saying, okay, well, you have a, and then they have contests going on, and then, of course, your Black Card member. You can get your stats. Here's your stats. It'll tell you, you know, what teammates are, you know, what sales you had today, what's your earnings today, how many leads, visits, you know, how many accounts you sold, you know, an upsell, you know, how many trial systems, upsells, everything else it'll tell you. And then, of course, all your sales, your clicks and leads, campaign percentages. So it's going to, and then you can also put your income goal. So let's say I want to make $10,000 a month, okay? It's going to track it for me and tell me how close I am to it. Okay? So, of course, you got to fill that other stuff in because I don't have any traffic or anything in here. So it'll start tracking your goal and say, okay, well, I'm 45% of the way to my goal. Okay? Here's the income calculator. This thing's cool. Okay, so you just check. Okay, so if you wanted to do it by a basic calculator, which is cost per click, or how many clicks you'd need, so let's just do a basic. Actually, let's do the clicks. All right, so if I said I'm buying $2,500 worth of clicks, and I'm going to get about 400 clicks a day, and I'm paying 70 cents a click, which is what it costs for the powered clicks, for an example. I'm going to pick that I'm a Black Plan member, all right, which is 70% commissions, and this is the numbers they're going off of. I think that this lead page conversion, let's say we're getting an 8% of people get the $7, okay? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Let's say 30% of people put in their emails, but only 8% of people actually get the $7 trial, okay? And then out of that, 30% of those upgrade, 25% of those 30 will do this, 10%, 10%, and then these are the maximums I can make in each one of those levels. So now it's going to tell me exactly how many clicks I need to get to that amount of money, and then it's going to tell me, look, it should generate, that amount of clicks should generate $6,592. It cost me $1,750 for that, and then my profit is $48.42. So it'll break down everything for you that says, okay, as a basic member, I'm going to make about as a silver member, I should make about $450. As a gold member, I should make about $1,800, and as a black member, I should make about $5,400 on that traffic. And then it's how many days will it take me to reach that monetary goal that I set, that $10,000. You know, how many days, weeks, months, you know, or how many leads are required. So about 120 a day. How many clicks are required? About 400 a day. How many the customer value I need is the lifetime customer value is $78. So it's breaking this all down for me. And then they're saying with my profit maximizers at a black level, I should make $5,400 on that. And then here's my profit and loss. All right, so they're saying this amount of people will get the trial offer, this many people will get the system, this many people will upsell, and really kind of break this down for me. And then you have this lead and conversion funnel right here. So 2,500 clicks should mean 750 people put in their email, which means 60 people should get the $7 offer, which means 18 people should get the upsell, or I'm sorry, the $40 offer. 5 will get the $97 upsell, and 2 will buy the Profit Maximizers, which is the Empower Network products. So that's how they start breaking it down for you. So it's not a guessing game anymore. Obviously, they'll have a leaderboard just like Empower Network does, where you can win cool prizes. I know that this is actually getting revamped, and then they have a video center. This is actually a cool thing. I'll go to the video center here. It's probably going to run slow. This is actually, it's called iPass TV. Where they're actually going to have different trainings and different things going on. So they'll have weekly trainings in here done by different leaders, and I know that they're in the process of looking for leaders to start doing these TV programs. Come on, there we go. So right now we got Sidebar with Mark and Chris, Coach's Corner with Anthony Williams, Getting Started with Karen Schaefer, and Daily Actions with Mike Hobbs. So these are like, so for an example, let's check the daily action. All right, we can go ahead and watch it now. I don't know if there's anything in it. This is done weekly. So right now, there you go. They already have 12 episodes loaded in here that you can go ahead and watch. So, all right, this is the sidebar. So never mind. So the sidebar already has 12 episodes that you can go in there and watch. Okay. So that's your dashboard. We already went through Setup Wizard Training Center. Obviously, as you progress through, you'll have your Fast Start training as your normal. This is if you're the pro section is if you're if you have the $47. Silver is if you have everything up to the Costa Rica. And as you can see, there's more and more training in here. Gold is 15K, up to the 15K. And then, of course, your black is your all-in. So, like right now, I was actually watching this YouTube pay-per-click today that's actually pretty dang good. Now you have your Marketing Center, same thing. You have your links. Right now, they're going to have 2 pages. They're going to have an Adam Whiting presentation and a Chris Jones presentation. You got your member feed, which is who on your team is joined, what levels they're at, how long they've been in the system, and their status right now. Like I got my guys waiting for contacts, and if I had somebody schedule an appointment, it would be in here, telling me when they ask for an appointment. Commissions obviously will tell you how much money you've made. Shows your downline here, what level they're at, if they've been upsold, sold, their phone numbers, their information. Campaign stats, obviously if you run a ad or a traffic source, you want to be able to track it. So by using here, let me go back here, promo links, you can tag your link. So like for an example, let's say I chose the Adam Whiting presentation. Right here where it says tag ID, I can just put in, let's say I was running a Bing pay-per-click ad. I could put Bing pay-per-click ad. So that way when the campaign stats come in, that tag, that TID, tag ID, is going to be picked up and automatically track that for me. And not only is it going to track my opt-in percentage and how many people does it, it's going to tell me how many people went to it, how many unique hits I got, so not somebody clicking on it 10 times, how many different people, how many of them put in their email, how many of them bought the trial system, how many of them bought the regular system, how many of them upsold, how many went to pro, how many went to silver, how many went to gold, and how many went to black. So now I'm going to be able to know exactly each campaign and each ad I run, the entire lifetime value, because it's going to keep, once somebody joins, it's still going to be tagged to that thing. So as this, let's say that an ad 6 months later, I ran a Bing pay-per-click ad. 6 months later, I got, 10 people join the trial, and then all of a sudden, out of those 10 people, I had, 5 of them go gold, 2 of them go black, 3 of them go silver. I'm going to say, wow, that was a pretty good ad source. So it's going to tell me the lifetime value of that ad. Okay. Downline payments is obviously how much money you made. This is your iPass2 community. If you earn $20,000, you can join the 2,000 club. If you earn over $100,000, you can join the 1K club. And then you have actually an About Me page where you can actually, this is where you can put in, all your new members can click on your bio. And so for me, I shot a quick 3-minute video explaining, just telling people who I am, told people a little bit about myself here. So when they click on my bio, they actually get to see a video about me. And then, of course, products, I'm not sure. I think that this is just explaining a little bit about the products and how much you've earned off them so far. So you have the $47 system and the $97 system. And then, of course, you have your black package, gold package, silver package, and pro package. And they'll start filling in how much you've earned at each one of those levels. So, and then, of course, it shows that I'm an active black package. I got all my stuff activated because I'm a black level. And then, of course, here's your notifications. So right now I got no notifications. And then, of course, you have profile support, e-wallet, and then, of course, logging out. So that's just a quick thing I did to blast through. Let me see if we got any questions here. Let's see. Basic system without coaches. If you're a black, you'll earn 30% commission on Yes. So, okay, wait. Is that a question? No, that's just Scott saying something. 47 for the iPass. So the 40, Terry, the 47 is totally separate from the Empower Network products. The 47 gives you access to the iPass system and this entire funnel system and all these tools. And if you are a silver or gold member right now, they're going to pay you a 50% commission. So the $47, you would make $23 a month, $23.50 a month on that every $47 member you bring in. And if you're iPass Black, you make a 70% commission. So we're looking at, hold on here, because this is a good thing to know. Let's see. So 47 times 0.7. So if you're an iPass Black member, you're going to make $32.90 for every $47 member you bring in. So like I said, it's just these are all separate income streams. So you're going to have 3 or 4 income streams running simultaneously, which is huge because it's all selling the value of why you need this, why you need that, why you're going to want to have the profit maximizers, why you need the autoresponder, why you need to have the iPass system. So people aren't going to be left guessing or wondering, well, you know, what do I need an AWeber for? I don't know what AWeber does. I don't even know what the hell AWeber is. I joined Empower Network for $25. What do you mean I need an AWeber account for another $20? Or what do you mean I need to be an affiliate account for $20? What I don't understand. Why do I need that stuff? And you know and then again, this is not a hack on anybody, but there hasn't really been a good sell on value. I'll just put it that way. As far as giving people the why they need to have certain things, and this really is going to solve that for us. So by the time they go through them 5 videos, they're going to know how the system works, what the products are, why they need the products, the tools and stuff that they need to go along with it, and how everything supports it all together. And then if they do get confused, boom, you hit a button that says, "Let me talk to my coach," and they'll answer the questions right then and there. So it's the best system I've ever seen in my entire life. You could tell a ton of thought's gone into it. A ton of time, a ton of money, and a ton of resources, and a ton of thought has gone into this. So the fact that we can plug into this for the price they're charging and free for the next 30 days is great in my book. So that's just a quick, like I said, I was going to blast through that real quick. You guys can go through and watch the replay to see that. So that's what I got. Scott or Debbie, one of y'all hop out and so I can get a drink here. My throat's getting dry.
Oh, just real quick.
Go ahead, Debbie.
Okay, I'll be quick. Brian, thank you so much for taking us through that and all you do. And I'm just very, very exciting and can't really add anything else to that except get in there, go through the videos, and get started on the system. And I think that we will all be very, very happy that this has come out. And it's kind of like a no-brainer. It's you know, it doesn't involve selling because most people suck at it. I mean, there's some people that are good, and it just takes people step by step. So that's all I wanted to say, Scott. Thanks.
No, that's great, and yeah, thank you, Brian, for giving the quick overview. And you know, the nice thing about this system is they've really, as Debbie said, and Brian, they put a lot of thought into this. And you know, they really walk you through step by step of how to set things up, how to integrate the 2 systems. They're going to be doing. I mean, one of the things you're going to do is give them access to your GetResponse. You know, it integrates as well. They're going to be sending emails on your behalf to the people that are on your list. It really is going to take and automate our business and make this, as they say in the introductory video, they're going to franchise online business, online marketing. And, really what your main responsibility is going to be 2 things, doing something to get leads, however you want to do that, and really following up and connecting with people and bringing the community to them, because that's going to be the other piece that really will make this successful. Because as automated as this is, and as much thought as they put into putting this together, as I was saying earlier in the hangout here, we want to use the community, our Facebook group, this hangout. That's going to make it personal, and that's going to give us the high touch that's going to give people a connection. You know, yes, they're going to have, if you're at the black level or if you're with someone that's at the black level, you're going to have the coaches available. But, you know, what you want to do is connect with people and let them know that, you know, this isn't just, you know, some computer thing that they signed up on and there's no people behind it. You really want to reach out and, you know, make that connection, because that's going to take this all to the next level and make this more personal, and that's going to be something that really will serve you well. So, you know, the good thing is we've got a community here already where we've got all the resources, and, you know, certainly that's going to be something that will benefit all of us. So, you know, it goes back to we're doing this together. And really what this does is just simplifies what we're doing. And the research that they've put into it, you know, of course, none of us have actually taken this for a test drive yet, but the research that they put into this really tells, you know, that they're going to up the conversions, and they're really going to see more upsells and everything else that, you know, will make your business better and really give you the ability to grow. And you know, let's all knock this out of the park between, you know, certainly now and the end of the year. You know, this is a great time to have had this come together for us. So, you know,
let me interject on something just real quick while I have this in my thoughts. Okay, one of the main things they've done, guys, is they got rid of the capture page. Because, I mean, let's be realistic. Let's say that I buy, you know, I get 100 people that come to my capture page. 30% or so on a good capture page, 30, 35 people out of those 100 will put in their email and go to the presentation. The problem that you run into is that leaves 65 or 70 people that did not ever see the presentation. And you don't know how many of them that just said, hey, I'm not going to put my email in. I don't want to freaking get sent a bunch of spam. So they just never even saw the presentation because they didn't want to put information, their email address in. So you don't know out of the 65 or 70 that didn't do that, how many would have bought. You have no idea because you've lost them forever. So by being able to skip that section and just have them go and start watching a video, and under the video put in their information as the video is going along. Scott, will you mute a second? That is going to make all the difference, because now instead of about 70% of people not seeing the offer, 100% of the people will see the offer. So, I mean, that's a huge difference. Huge difference. That's what I had.
Am I muted? Oh, I'm not muted. Well, thank you for that, Brian. And for those of you who are signed up for Dave Wood's Elite Coaching Program, I just want to make an announcement. That is going to be right after this webinar. So, you know, we're going to be wrapping this up. And, you know, what I would say is just keep tuned to the Facebook group. We're going to learn things as we go along. I mean, for an example, the graphic that Brian had put up, you know, breaking down the packages and things like that, well, you know, that's apparently old. And, you know, there's a new updated version. And, you know, the good news is, you know, what is in there is not necessarily what we see right now. But, you know, there is a breakdown of the packages. And keep in mind, this isn't going to be perfect. There's going to be some things that are not going to work right. And there's going to be some things that aren't 100% perfect. But in the overall, most of the important things seem to be in place, up, running, and working, and, you know, that's a good thing, because, you know, now we're in a position where we really can plug people into this system, and it's going to do a lot of the heavy lifting for us, and it really should make this entire process much easier for people and for us. And, you know, that's really the reason that we expect big things to come out of this, and that's why, you know, we're all excited about what we're seeing. This is really truly going to be something that's going to be hand in hand with our business. It's going to do what they call pre-framing of the people as they come into the business, and it's really a great tool that a lot of thought has gone into. So just go in there and, you know, remember, you can't break this. Just go in and rummage around in there, and, you know, realize that it's a new toy, it's a new system, and, you know, there's, in the overall, it's pretty complete the way it is, and it really is going to be something that'll help you in your business. So, you know, that's what I've got. Any final thoughts, Debbie? And we'll try and tie this up here in the next couple minutes. Or any questions from anybody that's out in with us.
Okay, I just have one, and I struggled trying to figure out this internet thing for 6 years, and when I look at the iPass 2, that would have cut way, way, way back on my learning curve, and I know it will for a lot of people, and really put together a whole system. So, really looking forward to it, and thanks for joining us. Brian, do you want to wrap it up?
Surely, everybody, now is the time. I always say it. Scott, what do you mean website? Feedback, trust me. I always say it that, it's all about taking action. And again, this is just another tool in the toolbox for you to take action at. Really, it's going to come down to now where you are just focusing on traffic. I mean, really, you're focusing on traffic. Not saying we weren't always focused on traffic before, but I know I spent a lot of time supporting people that joined that I knew probably weren't going to make it. And it wasn't that I didn't want them to do it. They didn't want them to do it. So this is really going to kind of get rid of those people and leave us with people that are serious, they understand it, they can comprehend it, they know the value of it, and they know the reason behind everything. And then you have the coaches there to support it. So for me, I'm gonna say, hey, look, welcome new member. Make sure you listen to that business coach. He's gonna walk you through, or she's gonna walk you through everything you need to get yourself going. And my team is growing so fast, and I have so many people to work with that as soon as you reach iPass Silver, I'm gonna make some time. We'll do a 30-minute coaching call. But until you're iPass Silver, just follow the lead of your coach, and just leave it at that. Because now I can start making myself exclusive to the people I know that are going to take it seriously. So it's going to free up my time, and it's going to put them in a better situation because now I'm teaching them a good habit of saying make yourself exclusive, get yourself to the silver level, and work with the people that you have to work with or want to work with, and become selective on who you're spending your time with, because there's nothing worse than spending 10 hours with somebody and then have them the next Friday, all of a sudden you got a refund, or you get a charge back because they decided they're going to cancel the account anyway. So that's what I got. Again, as soon as it goes live Monday, start getting your list to it, start getting everybody to it, because that $7 offer is going to be hard for people to say no to. So that's what I got. Why don't you take us home, Scott?
Well, thank you for that, Brian. And what you hit on is a really good point. And the point of that is that now the system is going to do it's going to be standardized. So when you talk about the times that you've spent with people and things like that, it's really going to be up to the person that signs into the business to go through the steps. And there's going to be the ability, I believe it's within the system, to monitor what they're doing, how they're doing it, what videos they've watched, and they're going to have to go through this step by step. So they're not going to be able to jump around. And this is something that we're going to learn about, because we don't know at this point, but there's a lot of thought that went into this. There's a lot of things that will really walk people through a process, and that's really what's important here, because now we have a true system that is standardized. And what you're going to find from that is, I think that's going to really increase the results that everybody's going to have here, because what the people are going to see coming into this system is something that they know that they're going to be able to do. And that's really important, because when people see that there is something that's set up and all they are going to need to do is just follow what it is that they've been shown, that is going to be the key to the success of what this is going to be. So I want to thank you all for joining us. There's certainly going to be more information to come. We're going to learn this, and as we learn this, we'll share it with you. And once again, keep close to the Facebook group. It's there for this, for exactly this reason of us all working together. And I want to thank you for joining us, and make it a great weekend. Get in, get your system set up, and let's all do this together, and we'll figure it out as we go. So have a great